I don't have a transition on this scene yet. So it just literally just I forgot. Hi, welcome in, everyone. I'm so happy. Guys, look, it's Althea. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be playing D&D for the first time on my channel with Meru here as a spin-off of our wonderful D&D that we do on Ilona Oakenshield's channel. There are lots of commands floating around that we can use to kind of get context. But for some quick context, I run a D&D campaign on Ilona Oakenshield's channel. Players include Lonnie, Meru, and Honey May. Ilona Oakenshield, by the way, who's in chat currently. Go follow her. Oh, Meru. Oh no.
Testing.
Testing. Hello?
Do you hear me?
Hello?
Are there words coming out of my mouth?
Yes, truly, I hear you.
Bless. Oh, yes. Yes! Audio works! Okay, continue,
yes! And we're here today to tell the story of one of those characters, Althea. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, reminding you all session, Althea is a 4.5 foot tall, 11 apples, as one might say, right, Meru?
11 apples tall, please. That's how I want to be described. 11 apples tall.
My wonderful 11 apples tall wood elf, death domain cleric. So cool. Who's a member of the Keepers of the Between. Today we look to Althea's past, the day she discovered the terrible and powerful source of the plague that blights her home village. Meru, tell us about yourself.
Oh my god, I'm really excited.
You are?
Hello, my name is Meru, big fan of cast plays here. I might say one of the biggest fans, my wife.
My wife!
I love this girly. Also, you look so good today. You look good every day, but like every single time you come on camera, I'm just like, wow, how do you look so radiant every single time? I just don't even know how you do it. I love you so much.
It's the ring light that I got.
No, it's you. It's your beautiful face. I'm just so excited to be here. I'm Meru. I play RPG streams. Yeah, Althea's story is a little dark.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited for it. And yeah, that's me.
That's Meru.
That's my tea.
If you're not following Meru Desu, what are you doing? Go follow my wife. It honestly keeps me so much company during the day while I work and just makes my days so much brighter since I found your stream. So thank you for that, I guess.
If we had never met, I would have been around 50 to 60% sadder on a daily basis.
I want to believe that that's true because I'm vaguely a narcissist, but I don't know. That
is a very true statistic, I will say, okay? The true statistic I have ever said in my entire life.
To be fair, though, I also feel the exact same way about you, so I think it's just, we gotta be friends forever, and that's the way it's gonna go.
If we're not, I will riot. I will rage against the machine, okay? Truly. If something would have to have taken you from me, you know, like someone I would be rioting against. Okay.
Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna swap my cam for the first time because when I look over at you, it looks like I'm not looking at you. And I'm gonna swap my cam. It'll be so weird. But I want to be.
Oh my god, swap cam.
So
Cass, you're so brave.
So
I'm
now,
trying to move my VTuber, so I'm looking more at you.
Look,
I'm gonna move
now I'm looking at you. When I look at you when you're talking, now I'm actually looking at you. It looks like. Okay, sorry. I'm like a 10-year-old with OBS sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, look at the cute little things.
I love it.
Speaking of cute little things, something that I have decided to try to do with D&D on my channel is have my mods, subs, and VIPs track nat 20s and nat 1s with our fun little counters that we have below Meru over there on screen. So if we roll any of us roll a nat 1 or a nat 20, we have little commands that everyone can use that is subbed, VIP'd, or a mod, just because it's hard for everyone having access, just because it is a counter and it might get a little crazy there. So we'll try it out, see how it goes, and if we hate it, then we'll take it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling a lot of nat 20s, so you guys better be ready. You better have your finger on the ball, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
All the nat 20s coming from my way.
I appreciate everyone who's here too, by the way. Lonnie got first. Our wife.
I love that girly. Our wife. Very nice.
Mary with the check-in, Mikey with the check-in, not Rick, that's my husband. So, hi, not Rick. He is the DM that I played with first, and he inspired me to be a DM myself, so thanks to that man, I guess. Hi, Toxic, hi, Morrow, hi, Kitty. But yeah, and Beast and Mods, hi, Mods, welcome in. And hi, everyone who's here, and thank you for the follows. I do have alerts muted so that we can, when we get into the story of everything, we can really kind of like focus on that, because I think I have focus issues a lot.
Me too.
So it's really gonna
all I do is have focus issues.
Yeah, so it's really gonna help me not lose so much focus the entire session if we have no alerts. And we have the hydrate still, like Mods gave us a cute little hydrate, so try to remember to drink some water while we're doing this, but other than that, that's really all we got.
I got on a spin drift. You've got your LaCroix. We will be drinking the wazoo.
I also may have a little beer, because I was like, I'll just have one. I just feel like beer mead, you know, like is so D&D. So I was feeling in the spirit.
Oh my god, stop. Literally perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Lonnie, yes. Lonnie, Ilona Oakenshield is modded for today only. To help out chat. Our other mods are still here. Kitty Quisitor is a mod. I saw her in here earlier, and our other mods are going to pop in to help answer questions if you have anything. I wish Fish was on. Oh, is Castbot still fishing? Castbots, stop fishing. It's not for you, Castbots. We got to turn her off from fishing. God damn, I forgot about the fish timer. I turned off every timer, but the fishing timer.
Oh my god. What do you use to do your timers? What
I use a combination of Mix It Up and Stream Elements. I have things everywhere. It's a huge mess.
I'm the same way, so I get it. I have like 7 bots on my channel. My mods make fun of me all the time because all they see are those 7 bots in my chat at all time. My wife.
Honey. Honey, I hope you're having a good work. She just loves to fish. Yeah, Castbots really does just love to fish. We got Claire Obscure going in the background today. It's music that's been really inspiring me as a DM. So we have that playing in the background for chat. Feel free to pull that up for yourself, Meru, or whatever music you want to listen to.
Did you get a specific playlist for the Claire Obscure?
I just go to the original Claire Obscure original soundtrack. That's okay, and I let it roll. And then if I hit one that has like words, I'll skip it.
Okay.
Because sometimes they get a little wordy, and I'm like, anyway.
I like how was it not coming out of my? Where the hell is this coming out of? I like how the artist has 1,200,000 monthly listeners, and they're just a Claire Obscure, Claire Obscure music composer.
Hey, you know, let me know if audio mix is good too. Like if Mary needs to be turned up, if this music needs to be turned up. This is my first time doing D&D, and I rebuilt all of my scenes to do so. So if anything's seeming like out of like levels, just let me know.
Chaos.
Oh, shucks.
Literally, all of the claps for Cass. Cass did such hard work. Cass literally whipped this all up. It looks so good. She's a fucking icon. Everybody give her so much creds.
Oh, shit.
Okay?
Thank you. Stop. Wait, that's the cutest emote. I love that.
Oh my god, I know. Literally, the clap makes me so happy. It's got so much gusto.
Truly, truly. Oh, that's the kind of gusto I need in a clap, too. The overlay is so cute. Thank you. I did want to have like a specific one for D&D and one for when I'm gaming so that they could be very different. This is a whole different color scheme. Yellow and orange is not normally my chosen color scheme, so, but I think it's looking cutesy.
I love yellow and orange. It looks so good.
Yeah.
With the dark accent. Ooh, girly pop!
It really works for Althea too. I'm just like, I mean, it'll work for Boston and Menaki as well, but really for Althea, it's just making you shine, queen.
Oh my god, you're so damn... Stop it right now.
I can't. Also, if you're wondering what the little cat with the crown is over on Meru's name tag, just for being here, just for literally... Oh. Hi. How did I hear that? How did did you hear the TTS2 chat? Where did that even come from? Bonkers.
Do you hear that, chat?
No, it's just you.
TTS.
Oh, okay, it's just me. I don't know where the hell that's coming from, but I'm okay with it. Hey!
It might be... Did you...
There's no way to know. I'll just leave it. If
There's
I
no
hear
way
it,
to know.
if I hear it, that's fine, as long as it's not interrupting for chat. But yeah. Thank you, mods. I love you, mods. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. But yeah, I think if you're ready,
oh my god.
we might be
I've never
ready
been
to
more ready for anything.
get into it. Okay, sick. D&D for the first time on Cast Plays. All right, let's get into it. A pale sun of the material plane sets over the eerily silent village of Saker Keep. A village that not many knew of, but those in the surrounding area once knew this village as rich with history, lively with generational knowledge, and full of a population of welcoming and cheerful people. Once the Ignatius family, a family of dwarves, had set up a blacksmith forge in the town square, right in the center. Let me get a map up for us. There she is. Oh, Meru, you can also, on your character sheet, hit play for me, and then you can also see the maps that I have up as well.
Do.
Let me know when you can see Saker Keep map.
Oh my god, of course I have hardware acceleration off. Hold on.
Take your time, take your time.
Need my settings. This thing always makes my computer all wonky.
D&D Beyond doesn't quite like you. Oh yes, this is my Junimo cursor. Do see it, do love it.
Oh.
It's you can barely.
I love a custom cursor.
Yeah, you can barely see it on Obia or on stream because the shared screen is a little bit small. But yeah, it's I did buy a custom cursor. Etsy really has a hold on me, like physically and mentally. Sorry,
why are we the same person?
Your whole setup is such a slight. I'm trying, bro.
You're trying and succeeding.
Thank you. Junimo is responsible for the plague. Oh my god, it's true. We can end the session. You figured it out, Lonnie. Could you
I honestly
imagine?
think when the zombie apocalypse happened, they're going to be responsible for that too. Like when you start seeing them pop up, you know. That's when you know, man.
You know.
Where is... Oh my god.
Snow, this is actually
No, just...
not the real Meru. It's actually Meru Bell, as you could tell from the PNG tuber.
Is that the real Meru? Yes. No, it's Meru Bell, actually. I'm attached to a corporate label over here. You know, I have to keep this kind of like mystery appeal. What's my face? Who am I? You'll never know.
This Meru command should instead of twitch.tv/ oh, it also says twitch.tv.merudesu. Hold on, let me go fix that. What the hell?
Hello.
But it should say Meru Bell, because what a cutie. Okay, I fixed it.
Okay, we could keep going, and I could literally find this as we do it.
As I tell you the story, as you listen and immerse yourself. Okay, beautiful. All right. Once the Ignatius family, as I was saying before, built a blacksmith forge in the town square right in the center, which you can see right here is this little adorable red circle right in the center of this little map right here that we're seeing.
That's where the forge is?
Yep, just right in the middle of town, kind of like where like maybe like a well would be. Instead, in your hometown in Sacred Keep, you have a little blacksmith forge. During the winters, the entire town would actually huddle around and watch the family work in an almost show that they just naturally kind of performed. And during the winters, everyone would huddle kind of like for warmth around this cute little like show almost during like the deep, like the really dark winter days. There was also a group of old women whose husbands had died in wars miles and miles away. They also held a weekly market where they sold their potions and slightly magical trinkets. The women were, in fact, witches of a low-level capability. They kind of had capabilities of small enchantments and healing tinctures. But the children of the village, even when you were little, Althea, there was always gossip about a secret pact with an evil devil. But the family of this town that we care much more about is a family of elves that lived in a modest home in a small circle on the edge of the village. It is this little purple or this pink star here. So this one over here on the little left-hand side of the map, this is Althea's home right here. Pretty unassuming, nothing too different about the rest of the town other than the family that lived inside. Let me pop over to this graphic here so that we can see the family tree as I talk about.
I'm so excited for this. You guys have no idea how excited. Look at this. Look at this.
So this was, and I'll zoom out a little bit so we can kind of all see this little, I do want to give credit to the artist. So this is a pick crew artist. I made all of Althea's family's images in this link right here. I don't have a command for it, unfortunately. I'm really sorry. But I will, if you guys are interested, you can always join my Discord, !Discord, and I'll get that for you. But here we have Althea's family. They are really beautiful. They're really cute. They're all elves. They're just adorable. Look at how cute they are. Anyway.
So cute. I want to scream. Oh my god.
The first of the elven family to in this story that we're going to look at was actually the first family member to fall to the plague of Sacred Keep. It was Althea's sister, Sorasana. Althea, how would you describe your relationship with your sister?
You know, I'd say my relationship with my sister was pretty good. I had a better relationship with my brother.
You said you had a better relationship with your brother?
Mm-hmm. But my relationship with my sister wasn't bad. It wasn't like estranged. It was just, we just like, she always hung around me. But Althea was always kind of like a little bit more quiet and introverted. But Sorasana always just liked to be there.
Was she older than you or younger than you, do you think?
She would have been younger than me.
Younger than you?
My brother was older than me.
So you're the middle child.
Yes.
I love that. And just like in the picture, wow, that really works out. Let me zoom in here to Sorasana so we can take a closer look at her. She was the first in the village actually to exhibit signs of the sickness that kind of started. Oh, let me move this just a bit. There we go. And at first, she just had a lingering cough. Nothing too concerning, but it was the kind of cough that when she would have a bad fit, you'd kind of look at them to make sure they were okay. You know, you would look at them and wait for it to pass and wait for them to kind of nod at you that they were okay. And that continued for a little bit. But it wasn't until she coughed up blood that true worry began to set in. Then there were fevers and rashes and plenty of further symptoms that I'm sure you and your family try not to remember that she experienced. Were you the kind of person, Althea, to take care of her? Or were you maybe the kind of person who would let your family do it because you were like a bit nervous? Like, how would you care for your sister in her time of need?
I would definitely say that Althea steps up when something like this happens. So she definitely would have been like by Sorsana's side the whole time. Even if like when Sorsana was awake, she probably was just standing outside. But she would always be there holding her hand while she was sick.
Give me just a quick medicine check from Althea.
Medicine check coming up. You mean with my +6 medicine, my 25?
25, a natural 19 out the gate.
Woo!
We love to see her. We love to see her. Sorry, chat. You can't see the game log dice. It's a little bit off of the screen where we're currently looking at the characters, but 26.
Did you see, it did roll on the thing though, correct?
It did. I did see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're perfect. And it said young Althea too, which is like killer.
Oh yay!
Okay, perfect. So 25. There were a lot of moments where you and a lot of other people actually, especially as others started to get more sick, that were trying to figure out what happened in theory with this sickness. If you could figure out ways to slow it down, ways to heal it, ways to stop it. And even when there were some clerics that lived in the temple near you, their names, which you knew them, their names are Tan Pip and Rom Pip Tinkerboot. They are the gnome couple that runs the apothecary. They're both men. And they run the apothecary. Tan Pip and Ron Pip. Most people called them Tan and Ron.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Even when they would come around and try magical means of even just identification, there was always something missing, something that no one could quite put together. There were lots of nights of holding like a wet washcloth to your sister's forehead, trying to give her herbs to ease pain or make her throat hurt less from the coughing, things like that. And it felt like it was working sometimes. Sorsana had better days, she had worse days, but every time like you were there, you were with her, she felt better. And like in some way that brought you and her comfort, I assume. But six others were sick by the time Sorsana passed. The town was devastated. Their grief was nothing like Althea and your family's. The village agreed at the time that they couldn't bury those who had died from the unknown sickness in the cemetery that surrounded the temple. Instead, you and your family took her to a special spot just outside of the city. You and your family took her to a small hill. Your father, whose name is Errol, and your brother, Feornick, but I've been calling him Nick in my head. I don't know if that fits your vibe.
No, that definitely fits my vibe. I was very curious how you're going to pronounce that.
But your father and your brother carried your sister to the small hill. They dug
Faye.
Faye? Ooh, I love that even more. Faye and Errol, your father. Errol, your father, and Faye, your brother. Found a small hill, dug a grave, and you and your family were there attending the funeral for Sorsana. What would Althea have done at the funeral of your sister?
Althea would have been so she would have been sad, but she probably wouldn't have let it show.
Yeah.
She probably would have been like, she would have been like the saddest person there, and but everyone would have been so sad, and she would kind of feel like she needed to be like the strong one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like she would just like, but she would also at the very end be like the last one to leave, you know, be unable to go.
Give me a quick deception check as you kind of, in this moment, try to kind of hide your feelings from your family, from your sister, or from your brother, excuse me, and your mother and your father.
Hello, internet.
She's waiting. She's waiting for a dramatic roll. 19.
19.
19. You succeed. I think in this moment, Faye and Elian, your mother, and Errol, this is their worst moment. This is their worst moment that they have experienced in their lives up to this point. Your mom and your dad obviously never thought that they were going to have to bury one of their children. Faye probably relied on Surasana, did the big brother thing. You know what I'm saying? Always had her in mind, and that he couldn't protect her and keep her safe. Had him in a struggle, and they all kind of in this moment use you as their strength. And
yeah,
as time kind of passes, as the day ends and you all make your way back home, the rest of that day and that night and that week, you all don't speak very much. Conversations are on necessary bases, maybe not having chatter. And even if you have a moment of normalcy, it's kind of broken by like this memory. At this time, more and more of the town is starting to get sick. And your family, the family that's left, starts to debate about leaving the village. How would Althea feel about it at this moment? It's about 6 months into the plague. Around 6 to 10 people are sick at this point. And your sister has been the first one and the only one so far to die, though there are some getting closer and closer to the point where the sickness may be like too much. How would she feel about leaving or staying?
I would say that Althea would be super adamant about, wait, adamant means pro, I think. Yeah. It seems like it means the other, because she would be super adamant about staying. I think Althea would feel really connected to this place, and also to her sister's body being here as well. And I think that she wouldn't want to leave.
Absolutely. I think your mother, Elian, and your father had a lot of arguments regarding this as well, with you and Faye as being there. They didn't hide it or anything like that. Your mother felt the same. She wanted to stay for the same reasons, to be near your sister, to be near where she was buried. And your father was extremely adamant that you should go. He was so scared for the future of your family. And for him, this was his way of protecting you, was trying to get you to leave. But you and your mother and your brother was a bit on the fence, wasn't really sure either way. But the decision was kind of made for you around 1.5 years later, when both your father and your brother both got sick. Errol and Faye, their sickness, like others, happened quickly now that the sickness has evolved. At this point, it's been around 2 years since the first moment of the plague. Now your brother and your father are both sick. you and your mother struggle to upkeep the house after their sickness kept them immobile. You guys were used to working as a family unit. You and your mother both, no offense, -1 strength, Althea, but you're not the strongest. And there were chores around the house that needed that. Oh, I don't know if I can hear you.
Oh, testing.
I got you. I got you. You're back. You're back.
I'm back. She did her best.
She did her best. Exactly. She did her best. And so did your mother. But neither you or your mom were very strong. So
No.
Despite doing your best, this was kind of when the house kind of didn't fall into disrepair. It started to become mismanaged. It started to become a little messy. Things started to go a little bit by the wayside as you two focus on taking care of Errol and Faye. Give me a quick, at night, your mother and your father would kind of have these like private talks where they'd kind of close themselves in their room while you were meant to be watching over Faye. Would you have tried to listen in on their conversations?
Yeah, totally. I would have.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check then.
Oh god, I don't want to pass this with the advantage +6. Oh no. Oh god, damn it.
22. That's incredible. What are you talking about?
I know. Oh, I don't want to hear it. She's so nosy.
You hear your father and your mother have countless conversations where your father is telling your mom that they need to leave the village once they're dead. Errol says, once I'm dead, once our son is dead, you and Althea have to leave. He's still having this conversation. He's having this conversation in the future, but for you and Elian after he's gone. Do you have anything to say about that? It's okay if you don't.
Sorry, I don't. No, Althea would still be like in her no crying, like still like thinking everything was gonna be fine. Everyone was gonna make it through.
I think you'd be able to hold it together until your father started to get really, really sick, and these conversations started to include him in his kind of sickness and in his delusion and in his fever constantly talk about how he wishes that he would die before his son does. His wish, however, didn't come true. Sometime later, Faye passed, and a day after Faye's passing, either from grief or from sickness, Errol passed as well. Did you have any conversations before they passed with them? Would you have wanted to make anything known about your relationship with either one of them, or how you react to their death? Anything that you want to say in this moment about your relationship to those two? You wrote this in your backstory. I didn't write this.
You know, I think that part of Althea's backstory is that she never would have said what she wanted to say back then.
Oh.
And she would have continued. I think that's part of her regret.
I love that. That's so tragic, and I love it.
It's part of her tragedy. I think that she would have been by her brother's side the whole time.
Absolutely. The only time you ever stepped away was like those couple of times you went and listened to your parents talk.
Yeah. Oh, I'm crying. Thank God I'm not on stream. God, only Althea's here.
And Althea, she doesn't cry, not yet, baby.
She doesn't cry. Baby doesn't cry.
However, anything else you want to say before we keep going forward in time in this flashback?
I'm good. I'm good.
Beautiful.
So I only have my mother left at this point.
At this point,
That's
you
all we
do.
got.
But unlike when Sorasana passed and it was just your small family taking them to this hill, this time the villagers came to uplift you and your mother. Those who were left in the village carried the bodies of your father and your brother out of town. They dug the graves, and there was a service held on the same hill where Sorasana was laid to rest. It was then that you came to know even more closely the gnomes who ran the nearby temple. Tan Pip and Ron Pip Tinkerboot, as we mentioned. And you, at this service, they talk a lot about Kalimvor, which is, currently Althea's god. And at this point, this is where they kind of tell you a little bit about Kalimvor, how different he was from previous gods of death, like Jurgle or Merkel. They say something that really hits you during one of their speeches. They might have even said it to you more directly, but they kind of mention that unlike these other deities who rule as gods of the dead and made the afterlife seem kind of uncertain or fearful, Kalimvor, on the other hand, promotes that death is a natural part of life and should not be feared as long as it's understood as a sort of passing. How would Althea have responded to these two men coming up to her after, kind of the service that they held for your father, for your brother's passing? How would Althea kind of reacted in this moment?
I can't tell if Althea's ready to have her, breakdown.
Right.
Is Mary ready to, is Mary gonna beat these guys up? Or is Mary just gonna, let it... because I kind of, vibe with what they're saying, but at the same time, I always think stuff like this is, maybe not the right place, not the right time.
Yeah.
So... I feel like Althea at this point would just have taken note, taken note of Kalimvor and the information.
Yeah.
And have taken note of, I don't know, not feeling, too connected to the townspeople right now.
Absolutely.
And just moved on.
Yeah. It was then, with the death of both your father and your brother, Faye, there was a bit of a domino effect with some other people, and a lot of people at this time kind of ended up either passing, or when their families started passing, a lot of people did kind of start to leave. And at this point, how would you have felt about leaving, knowing what your father said to your mother about when he died, wanting you and your mother to leave? What would you have felt about that?
I would have been pro leaving, especially because I didn't get to oh gosh, what's the word? I didn't get to have the time with my father at the end that I would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would have wanted to make his last wish come true.
I love that. I adore that. I'm gonna shed a little tear of my own, but I can't because I have to speak more. So you would have kind of had conversations with your mother, potentially when you got home over the next weeks or days, about leaving Sacred Keep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you kind of had these conversations with your mother, you kind of start to actually, give me a quick insight check into your mom.
Insight check. Oh my god, my rolls are delicious. I got a 16.
16. Beautiful, beautiful. You kind of, that night, do you address it right away, when you get home that night from putting your father and your brother to rest, or would you bring it up maybe the next day?
The next day.
Period.
Probably.
You get up the next day, you go to you don't have a huge house. It's a pretty small house. Like, yeah, you have your own room at this point because both of your siblings are no longer here. But there's like a center living room and then like 2 bedrooms really where you live. You kind of all shared living spaces. And when you kind of come into the main area, your mother isn't there. You go into her room. She isn't there. And she isn't home. What would Althea kind of do at that point?
Oh no. Start running around town?
Absolutely. So you kind of go, give me a quick investigation check as you're kind of leaving your house. And going around town looking around.
Oh god. Okay, investigation. Okay. Oh my god, it's a 3.
3. You are panicking.
Yeah.
You are just pure panic at this point. Mortified that something has happened to your mother. At this point, you're actually stopped by one of your really close childhood friends who I haven't mentioned yet, but has been a rock for you since all of this started. It's a human and his name is Lanish Delocrare. I can post that entire name in the chat so we can all read it because it's a bit of a mouthful.
Lanish.
Liniche. He's just a human male who lives in the town with you. His family. Hold on. Let me control F Lanish here really fast. Sorry. At this point, yeah. So at this point, he has lived through his own. He has 2 mothers. One of his mothers at this point has passed. His other mother is sick. And he also has a boyfriend in town as well. That is kind of close to him. Yeah,
Let's go.
Althea.
I know. Oh, I know.
And at some point he kind of catches you running around town, and he kind of comes up to you and explains that he had seen your mother heading out of town in the way of the hill that your family is buried on this morning really early, when he was taking care of his sick mother, pretty early. Yeah. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
How'd you cut out?
Oh, sorry. Can you still hear me now?
Yes, you can. The last part. Oh, hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Me? Okay. I think the last sentence you said cut out. It's my shitty internet.
No, it's okay. He just mentioned that he saw your mother leaving town really early.
Almighty.
When he was up early taking care of his own sick mother.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, what is around my town?
It's like your town, and then there's like miles and miles until like the next town, which is pretty normal in like the kind of like spread out village system that exists near where you live. Like the forests nearby your house aren't super dangerous. It's just a bit of like a walk to the hill. Nothing super dangerous, but you know that it wouldn't have taken your mom that long to get there if she was going there. Like she's probably still there if that's where she went.
Okay. Okay, then I would have the process of getting there. I probably would have tried to start heading that way.
Yeah.
Well, I would head out into the gates.
Absolutely. So you kind of like grab your father's shield from the mantle. You know, you like make sure you have the things you need with you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would. Okay, then. If I'm setting off, mate. If I'm setting off.
Setting off.
Setting off. I would. I would have went home.
Mm-hmm.
I would have grabbed, you know, if there's like, oh god, the house is desolate, right?
Yeah.
I would have gotten my backpack, grabbed all of the little things I could, taken my sister's favorite hair tie
Oh,
with me. Something from my brother.
oh yeah. He definitely
My
has. He was kind of obsessed with woodworking, and he would make these little woodworking figurines. So he probably has made you one in your life of a little whatever your favorite animal is. He like made a little whittling statue of whatever your favorite animal is.
writing this down. Hold on. I would have then had Faye would have made Althea a little wooden I don't know, it would be a wooden gargoyle or just like a wooden little like gremlin ass monster looking thing.
I adore that. I adore that. We're adding that to Althea's inventory, by the way. Whenever we get back
are
to
adding
the
that.
for when in this moment and in the real Althea, we gotta add that.
This is becoming canon. This is what Althea carries around. And Althea also would have grabbed the shield. We'll have like a huge family shield on the mantle that just like hangs above the mantle. It's just like not even like a it doesn't even seem like it's not a prized possession object for the family. It's just like something that we've had for a couple generations that maybe is worth more than we realize. Who knows? Down the line, whatever.
Period.
And she just takes it because she thinks it will be helpful on her journey.
I love that. Absolutely. Whittled gargoyle. Perfect. Sorry, I'm just writing that down on a sticky note.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Whittled gargoyle.
You grab all your things. You go to the edge of town. From the edge of town, you kind of get to the point where you can see the hill. You kind of walk a bit until you can see a bit of ways the hill that you know your family is buried on, and you can, in the distance, see your mother.
What?
On that hill, just kind of kneeling at like the foot of these 3 graves.
Okay.
Do you head over that way?
Do I want to?
I don't know. You want to do like an insight check or something? Or a perception check?
Maybe like Althea's like, yeah, let's do a perception check.
Yeah, let's percept.
Let's percept. With that +6 advantage, baby.
Period.
Alright, let's roll that twice. Okay, 22. We ain't fucking around.
22. Damn. 22. You can hear from where you are as kind of like the hill that your mother is on is actually kind of like echoing her voice across even to where you are. You can hear her just like desperately sobbing.
Oh my god.
Her just yeah, sorry.
Cass, why would you make this so dark, Cass?
I don't know. It's like we started and you said my character has a dark backstory.
Oh my god, I love you.
I'm like a little stressed too. I have like different rocks that I'm holding as we're doing this because I'm like self-soothing.
Not the self-soothing. I'm screaming.
Oh man, a lighthearted plague origin story, exactly, Ilona.
Lighthearted plague origin story. Good god. I need my rocks. I have my fidget pancakes.
Oh yes, fidget pancakes. I will say that this kind of trauma, this kind of response to what is happening, unfortunately, as it's been a few years into this plague, isn't unheard of. Other family members have kind of broken to the trauma of losing their family in such like a sudden, unknowing way. And it's at like this point that Althea vaguely comes to like the realization that like her mother may not be as strong enough as she needed to be in this moment, and she might be a little bit broken.
Oh. Althea would go up to the hill and sit beside her mom and just like lean against her.
Absolutely.
Without being too much.
I think when you come up, and like you sit, she doesn't even notice you for a second. But like when she finally does, she kind of just like scoops you in and like just keeps apologizing. And you don't really understand really why. I don't think she understands really why. And she just kind of stays that way, like going through these periods and these bursts of emotion, and then she'll kind of get quiet, and then she'll kind of talk for a little bit about a memory that you remember of like your family doing something together, something really mundane. And towards the end of the story, she'll break down again, and it'll kind of like all start over, and this goes on for hours, if you let it, to the point where you kind of like got here at sunrise and it's starting to be sunset, and you've been out here all day trying to soothe your mother.
Oh my god. Okay.
And
I would probably just let it.
Yeah.
I would probably
and
just...
as time kind of goes by, it isn't getting better, to the point where like days go by and weeks go by, to the point where the tinker boots, you know, those clerics from the temple, they kind of come by every once in a while, and at first maybe it annoys you. How would she react at first?
They react to the people coming by?
Yeah. To Tan and... Wait, what are their names again? Fucking hell. I gotta scroll up.
They're very cute little names.
Tan Pip and Ron Pip Tinkerboot, the gnomes of the temple.
Oh my god, they're really such cute names. You know, at the beginning, I think I would want to do anything to help my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be pro it. I would be pro them coming by.
They do a lot of... They're very insightful people. You get the idea that the way that you responded to them bringing up Kalimvor that first time, when they come by and they talk to your mother, or they cast spells on your mother to try to like ease her mind, or give her tinctures of things that they've put together, they almost never talk about gods, almost at all. They seem, and you're an insightful person, you have a high wisdom, you're a cleric, or, you know, you're going to be as the story progresses. You get the idea that like they listened to how you responded, and like they're truly trying to make you feel, and your mom feel like they are genuinely trying to help in the way that you need them to, as they come by multiple times over the course of the next few weeks.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Althea will take notice of that, you know? Althea will pick up on that. She'll feel a little bit comforted by the fact that no one's trying to push anything on her.
Absolutely. So at this point, it's been about 4.5 years since the plague had started, and since your sister had... Yeah, and since your sister had died.
God damn.
It was then, and only then, because your mother refused to leave. You tried to get her to leave, and she refused. It was one of those topics that if you would bring
Mommy.
up, it made you go back to that day on the hill that you saw her the day after her husband and her son died.
Oh.
It got to the point where you just stopped bringing it up because it was so hard to watch her get that upset.
Ugh, oh my god, okay. Okay.
And
I'm depressed just thinking about it.
you know, yeah, absolutely. Same.
Same.
It's then around 4.5 years later that Ellie and your mother starts to also begin to exhibit some symptoms.
No, please, Cass.
To be fair, she does try to hide it from you for a long time. She, you know, would like kind of hide her coughing, and she'd be like, at first you were like, you would, anytime either of you coughs, it is that kind of thing where like you look at each other and you like stare at each other because you're like, is it the plague or are you just coughing?
Oh my god.
It was like when COVID was really bad and like, you know, you were in your home and someone would cough.
Oh my god, yep.
And she would be like, oh no, it's fine. And she's your mom. You believe her. But you kind of stop believing her after a certain amount of time. Before we keep going with that, my question is, how would your relationship have kind of over the course of these years now, since your brother and your father have died, how would your relationship with Ron Pip and Tan Pip kind of have continued?
It would have been, I probably would have been good after the situation last time. We probably would have had a better relationship now due to them being more cognizant.
Because
so they probably would be the only ones I would rely on in the town.
Absolutely.
Now. I mean, how many people are left?
So few. There are like the true diehards of town that are still here. I just turned my AC on too, by the way, so if you hear a AC, I'm so sorry.
We do hear. That's okay.
I apologize. It's a million degrees in my room. It's just gotta run it for like I gotta run it for like 10 minutes and then I'll turn it off. But yeah, so you do kind of hear them and see them kind of come around a lot more. Does this kind of pique your interest in terms of your path to being a cleric is my question. As they are clerics of Kelemvor, or Kelemvor. I keep saying his name different every single time I say it. Sorry, that's going to be constant.
You're perfect, don't worry.
But yeah, so that's kind of my question is, do they kind of inspire you to take up your clericdom as it is?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah?
I would say that just like the desire to help people too.
Absolutely.
I would say that after all of this, Althea's really looking for some way to help.
I adore that. I adore that. Yeah, and I think the other thing about this temple that is in town, which on the map here, let me pop over to the map since we may not need the family tree anymore since they're all dead. Except your mom, obviously, at this point. The temple is this building here with this little gold star. So
okay.
It's not the biggest town in the world. You have that the little house with the pink star is your house. The house just across with the blue heart, that is Lanisha's house. So that is your best friend, the human male. The human male. I don't know why I called him male. The human person, boy, man.
The human boy, man.
Boy, man. Man, boy. But he lives just across the street from you. And then that temple is just on the north side of town.
Okay.
As time kind of passes and you kind of confide in them, you do kind of realize that the temple has become this kind of place where people come, just in general. Yeah, for kind of like healing, like physically because of the symptoms and things like that, but also just kind of like, even if they're not coming for a god, just some sort of like spiritual healing, like healing that like even in like this town of death at this point, this temple still has a sense of divinity if that makes sense. Like it does still seem like a holy place, which brings some people to comfort, and you find like spending time there that you do have more opportunities to help people, and whether that comes with healing them or just talking to them, it is an opportunity that Althea has at this temple multiple times over the course of these years. Hello. Oh no. Ah. Can you hear me? I hate Discord. Why is she doing this to us? Welcome to Tech Problems. No.
I feel like Discord does this every little bit.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Oh, hi. Discord loves to do this stupid shit, man. I heard everything you said.
Oh, perfect.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
You're back. I can hear you. You're gorgeous.
Yeah, I heard everything you said. Discord loves doing this where you like you literally just can't hear me.
I hate it.
Like a minute. I heard you. Oh, so weird.
Discord really is trying to fight us right now, but that's okay.
Discord want to go?
Discord
want to go?
Throw hands. We'll use both our emotes, the ones of us punching. We'll take it down.
We will literally take it down.
Take it down to the ground.
Yeah, welcome back from Discord jail. How did Althea feel about all the things I said about the temple?
Oh my god, okay, you couldn't hear what I said.
Yeah, I'm so
what
sorry.
Did I say? No, you're fine, I'm just trying to remember. Althea would have loved that she could have been more helpful. She would have loved... I mean, she's still kind of in her, like, hold. But, like... I don't know, she's got a presence. Althea's got a presence. She's always there.
Yeah.
So I feel like people, like, appreciate that, even though Althea's not the most, like, good with her words type.
It's like Ron, Pip, and the other one. Jesus Crassy, we can't remember names for 10 minutes. Ron, Pip, and Tan Pip, they're the talkers, and you're just the person who would, like, sit next to someone, and then they'd, like, break down and cry, and then feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
I love it. Beautiful. Great. Let me get back to where I was. Sorry, I got on a bit of a tangent.
What are you apologizing for? Stop it right now. Apologizing for tangenting on a good tangent? Shut the fuck
up. But your mom, back to your mom, and how she kind of goes about her sickness. As it kind of progresses, it is her sickness is the slowest progressing of this plague that you've seen. And I'm curious what an insight or a medicine check gets you. I think they might be the same modifier, so it might not necessarily matter which one you do. Let me double check on that. Oh, medicine is really good, actually. Medicine is much better than insight.
18, baby.
Beautiful. I love to see it. Well, your mother, Elian, you kind of start to pick up that at this point, she's basically willing herself to live for you.
Please.
As time goes by, as like...
Not the insight check I want.
You know what, it'd be like that. Whoopsies. Looks like you wanted to fail. Tricked you. Towards the end, as time continues to pass, 4.5 years, we're getting more towards like 4 3/4. Your mom, she's just starting to become nothing but like skin and bones, just fueled by pure love for her daughter. You've kind of started getting in the habit of staying with her towards the end when she gets really bad, I assume, and you don't go to the temple as much.
Okay.
I assume. That's just, I'm just asking.
I would probably, yeah. I probably would not go to the temple that much.
It's kind of also, at this time, the past few months, the past few weeks, I will also say that Ron Pip and Tan Pip also have passed by this point. You spent a few years with them in this temple. They kind of trained you almost in your cleric ways, but they also inevitably fall to the plague. Your mother starts to fall. You kind of take up taking care of the temple until you kind of give that up to take care of your mother. One day, your mom asks for some water, and you go out. Sorry?
I said gasp, please.
Yeah. We're almost at the end of the sad part, potentially.
Okay.
But you go out and grab some water from a nearby well. You're only gone really for a few minutes at most, but when you get back, she's gone. But you also notice she's gone.
You mean she's gone?
Yeah, she's gone. Like she's passed.
Like, okay, good. Okay.
She is there physically, but she is not there alive anymore. But she does, you notice, have a sealed letter addressed to you, kind of clutched near her heart with her hands. And at this point, you've kind of been prepared. For months at this point, for weeks almost. You had a plan. You have a wagon. You have a way to get your mother and the supplies you need to take her out to that hill, dig a hole, and bury her there. But you're not alone in this process because Lanish comes with you.
Oh, thank God for Lanish, the only human male that's left. My human boy male. My male human boy male.
Yep. Lanish had survived without sickness as long as you had at this point. He had outlived his mothers and stayed in the village. Despite protests from many villagers, including yourself, he had stayed because he wanted to make sure you were okay. Because you're his best friend. And his boyfriend did also happen to pass away a few months ago.
Oh,
so
fuck me.
You were all he had. You're all he has at this point. And you were actually convinced until a few days ago that there was something special about the two of you that made it so you were never going to get this plague. But that's when Lanish started coughing a few days ago.
The fucking very French song is playing Claire Obscure right now. This is not what I need. Oh my God, I'm screaming. Okay.
And although he does kind of have, he's kind of declining pretty quickly. He does kind of insist upon coming with you, to be there, to help you bury your mother. And we're back where I started. A pale sun sets on the material plane over the eerily silent village of Saker Keep. You and Lanish sit on the hill, surrounded by 4 graves of different ages. You see the silent city below, draped in a sense of abandonment that sends a pang of guilt through your chest. You find yourself reaching into your pocket and pulling out the letter from your mother, still unopened at this point. Lanish kind of coughs as he tries to speak, but once he gathers himself, he kind of asks if you want a minute alone to read the letter.
I want that minute alone to read that letter, I think.
Absolutely. You kind of break the seal, and I will read what the letter says. I will also post its contents in chat in case you are a visual person like I am.
Oh, you're the best.
I have to post it in parts, but I'll post that first, and then I'll give it a quick read.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna let you read it so I can cry while you read it.
I love that. Great. I'm almost done. Sorry, there's 3 parts because there's a single sentence that won't fit.
Don't apologize.
All right.
I like the bot just going, huh?
Huh?
Oh my fucking God.
Dearest Althea, my sweetest girl, it's hard to find time to write this without you seeing me, with how well you have watched over me these past months. If it wasn't for that temple, I wouldn't have had the time. I'm so very proud of your dedication to Kalemvor, the temple, and the people of this city, or village, excuse me. How you have kept that temple a beacon of hope for those who stayed behind. I didn't know what Errol meant the day that he died, but these past few days I get it. I think I hear him. Not his voice, but the call of what comes after. It might not hurt there. But there's something else, Althea. I keep having dreams. I keep seeing the temple, or what I think is the temple, but I have never seen these rooms before. It was dark, and maybe underground, but I don't remember the temple having a basement. There's something down there, Althea. Something calling to the sickness, coursing through my veins. It fights me as I write this harder than it ever has. I don't think the others had the strength to talk about these dreams, if they even had them. I'm sorry that I couldn't fix this sadness for us, that you are left without us to be there. But know, if there is any way in death that we linger with you. I love you always, Mom.
Okay, so at this point, this would definitely be the time that Althea, for real, brokety down into tearsity.
Absolutely.
She has not cried even once, and now she is full blown sobbing.
Absolutely.
She would probably cry for a little while before she took note of what her mom said about the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Basement. She'll
Yeah.
go, the fuck?
Yeah, you've never been in a basement in that temple. It's a single floor temple from what you know of it.
Well, okay. Althea would, after like an hour,
Yeah.
maybe,
Mhm.
Lanish would make his way back
Absolutely.
over to me,
Mhm.
and I would like compose myself, and I would be like, we need to check out the temple.
And
I would head over with Lanish.
Beautiful. And I think that's where we're going to take a quick break, so we can take a pee break, take a little 10, take a little emotion break if we need to. Maybe come back in like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe back at 9:15. What do you think about that?
9:15 sounds sexy.
Oh,
I can put my
already.
plate down. Especially after that rain. I need to go fucking... my stomach hurts.
I'm so...
My stomach hurts.
It's so much less sad from now on. I guarantee you the
Yay!
sadness level is going to drop significantly. We're
I'm
past...
literally the one who made it that dark. You know what's funny? In my... Like, when I first imagined Althea,
Mhm.
it was significantly darker. So...
Yeah,
I think this is the best. I don't think I would have loved to have run down with the very traumatic scenario that was going through my mind.
Well, and, it was a little hard because, I kind of took what you gave me and ran with it. So I appreciate.
You literally did it perfectly.
Literally I'm
perfectly.
so happy.
I love this.
I'm happy. I obviously I want you to love it the most because it's your character, so. Anyway, cool. Let's take a break and I will see you back at 9:15. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye. More ready. Ho, ho, ho.
Hi, welcome back. We're here at the hotel. It's not a hotel. This is my house. Welcome in, everyone, back from the break. Quick recap of what we have experienced so far of Althea's backstory. We were introduced to the village she grew up in, Sacred Keep. We met her family members. Don't look at that. There we go. We met her family members. We have Sorasana, her younger sister, who was the first to die of the plague. We have Feornic or Faye, her brother, and Erel, her father, who died both of the plague at the same time. And finally, Elian, her mother, who, yes, in fact, did also just, we found, die of the plague. So now we are back at Sacred Keep. Althea just finished burying her mother with her friend, Lanish. And Althea read in a note from her mother that her mother, before she died, was having dreams of a basement room in the temple that Althea runs. But
Right, I run it now.
Yeah, you run it now. It's basically your temple queen.
Yeah, damn, okay.
Because really in this village, it truly is like some people who have passed through and decided to stay for like a month or two, like get back on their feet as they travel type of people. And the only like people that are left from the village as it stood once is you and Lanish. That's it.
Damn.
So,
wow, okay. So
yeah.
it's just, so like there's no like town head.
They're dead.
Mayor. Because I'm the mayor. They're dead. Okay. They're dead.
They're dead. Yeah, so almost everyone of this village is dead. There are still people that live here, to be fair. People have kind of passed through, heard of the plague, believed it or not believed it, stayed because they had to, stayed because they're like salty. Some of them will get sick. Some of them have died. Some of them, you know, it's a village. It's a group of homes surrounded by means. Like there's wells here. There's fields of things that aren't being really well kept very much anymore, but there are fields of food. So in theory, like people still are a little bit drawn here because roads lead here. But at the end of the day, they either leave pretty quickly or don't stay very long. But that's what you get. You said you're headed back to the temple, correct? With Lanish.
Yes.
Great.
He still hasn't died. No. Can I have a quick, like, how many... Oh, fuck, this goddamn Expedition 33 song goes so hard.
Oh, I should switch back to Expedition. I was on Ilona's, like, Ball of Life playlist, because I love it so much.
Literally Ball... Oh, it's such a good playlist.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just listen to that when I'm working.
As you should. It's a good one.
It's a good one, right? Oh. How many... Is this like a predominantly elf town, or does it not matter?
In its height, there were more like elves. It was a lot of different races, like the or did I say there were dwarves that ran the?
Yeah, I think.
Yep,
you
a
did.
family of dwarves. They ran the blacksmith. There's like mostly, I would say, other than a handful of other races, like the gnomes run the temple, but it was more elves, half-elves, and humans in the town, I would say, were the most races that inhabited this particular village.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Is that it? Any
Okay.
other? You
Yeah,
good?
that'll... No more questions. No more
Okay.
questions.
No,
I
yeah,
just want to
you're
know-
fine.
Okay, yeah. I was alluding to something, but we'll see.
Okay. Beautiful. Interesting. I love it. You head to the temple with Lanish, kind of go back to town. You kind of grab your things that you need for like your shield, your little whittled gargoyle, your hair tie from your sister. My question is there anything that you take of your mother's with you?
Oh, yeah. At this point,
She had her like wedding band that like your father gave him when they got married that you could have taken from her before you buried her if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take a wedding band.
Great. So you have your mother's wedding band. I love that.
That'll come back up later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, maybe not for me, but like, you know, we were talking about something, and off, so.
I love it here. Whittle.
Love it here.
Wait, whittled gargoyle is adorable.
Whittle gargoyle.
Whittle gargoyle. Sweet. So you grab your mementos. Lanish kind of grabs a bit of a pack. You kind of see that, like, he grabs some, like, an extra water. It's a bit of a journey. Like, he is sick and going, like, all the way out of town and coming back. Like, is it, like, killing him? You know what I'm saying? But he's ill and he is kind of, like, feeling the day. So far, and so...
Wait.
Yeah.
Lanish is ill?
Yeah. You found out that he was sick about a few days ago.
Okay.
And you've been really focused on your mom. So to be honest, you haven't had a huge amount of a chance to kind of like do any like looking into how sick he is. Like you haven't been able to like really examine him in like a medical way at this point, or even like, you know, in a way that you would like to, because you've been truly so focused on your mom because she was declining in the past few days when you found out that Lanish was also starting to become ill.
Okay.
Yeah, so you kind of help him as you walk over to the temple. It's not a hugely long walk. Your village isn't very large. And you make it over to the temple. The temple in Sacred Keep kind of rises like a tired sentinel at the edge of the village, at the very north edge. There's kind of dark stones that are kind of streaked with years of rain and grief. Kind of as you've taken care of this temple, you've learned a bit about it. The temple was originally built to Merkel, the god of death, then repurposed both through the ages of Jurgel, and Kalemvor. So you kind of approach the front of the building as you always do, and you see Merkel's bleached skull motif kind of still etched into the cracked archway, Jurgel's faded glyphs kind of etched and scratched along the stones. They've kind of become like scratched over as time passed by. And you do finally see Kalemvor's balanced scales kind of like hung askew at the entry. Something that you didn't hang there yourself, but you're pretty sure maybe the Tinker Boots put up. But that's kind of like Kalemvor's like whole like shtick. Is the kind of the symbol of scales, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Me goes to the Forgotten Realms wiki to double check. Yes, it's true. Oh my god, thank god. I was like, did I write that and it's real, or did I make that up in a flurry of writing? No, yeah. So
Perfect.
Yeah, his symbol is also kind of like scales, like weighing scales. Beautiful. There's kind of weeds clung stubbornly to the stone foundation, and you get up to the very heavy door, and when it kind of like groans as it opens, it brings you just a desperate comfort after the events of today. That the way the door opens, it sounds the same every time. It does kind of like bring you a sense of like grounding almost coming into this space.
Okay.
Inside, the worship space is dim and cold, lit by shafts of light that spill through broken stained glass that had once depicted scenes of orderly judgment and shadowed transitions, but you can't really know what they really were of because they're cracked and kind of remade with whatever glass the Tinker Boots could kind of salvage over time. The central space still holds a very large statue of Kalemvor. Newer in age than the stones that make up the rest of the space, but it's older than you know or remember. It got there long before your time or your parents. Though its eyes are chipped, and one of its arms is kind of like deteriorating, like you can tell, like just up past its elbow, it's kind of crumbling. You do see around the statue are kind of smaller idols and icons to other gods. There's like a token of Lathander tied with like a sun-bleached ribbon, a small bowl of water for Eldath, and then like a soot-blackened candle for Timora, the goddess of luck. And you know that these offerings kind of sit here, and these kind of makeshift idols are here around this statue as signs of a community that were clinging to any comfort during the plagues kind of ravaging of this village over time. People would bring their faith, whatever that was, and let it sit in this like divine quote-unquote space. You kind of smell like incense, even though the incense burners are long cold. Kind of things like sage or myrrh, or even some of your favorite things that you would come and burn here, as Althea does love incense.
Althea loves her incense.
She does. As do I, let me tell you. Benches are kind of mismatched and scattered, some overturned, others are propped up with stones because they've kind of aged over time. But despite the disorder, there is, like I said, that reverent hush, that divine sense that still lingers, kind of watching over this space. Something that you've grown to love over time, I assume, as Althea.
Definitely.
There is an altar present nearest to the back of the temple, your favorite place here. It's where you kind of light candles and incense and perform other rituals in the hopes of appeasing whatever holds power over this plague, or just holds power over you, or just things that you did at this altar. You can kind of tell that this is your space. There's lots of you things scattered here on this altar in particular. There's also a thick... the space around this altar is also extremely cramped. There's like a bunch of furniture pieces that are like broken and unused, kind of stored back in this space too, as it kind of became less of a space where people gathered for like worship and more of a place where people gathered or came in desperate moments by themselves. So there's kind of just like clutter everywhere around this little altar. There's also like this thick rope that hangs down here, that extends all the way up into the bell tower. It still functions, you assume, but you hadn't heard it since the death of the temple's former caretakers, the Tinkerboots. There's also a single sconce of candles that lights the space, while the wall behind is overtaken by a massive, once grand stained glass window, but you never knew who used to be pictured on it. Or you never saw who used to be pictured on it, excuse me. In fact, you found records that it had changed from Merkel to Jurgle at one point, but you never found evidence that that a Kalemvor glass was commissioned for this window. Something that I assume, like, you always wish could have happened. I think, does Althea like stained glass? I don't know, I just feel like it fits her vibe.
It does fit her vibe. Althea would be a stained glass girly, yeah.
Love that.
100%.
I feel like maybe even some of the stained glass windows you tried to repair yourself too.
100%. Oh, she definitely goes hard into cleaning them.
Yes.
Just looking, she sits by them a lot and just watches. Well, there's no one left in the town anymore, but she used to watch the people.
Surprisingly, there's still a good amount of wildlife. Like, there's still like...
Even better.
Which you find strange. You don't think, and over the time that you've experienced the plague here, it doesn't seem to affect, like, animals as much. It seems to only affect the people.
Intriguing.
Anyway, just a fun little fact.
Fun little side thing to note. Okay.
Lanish kind of comes in and does kind of, like, sit on one of the pews and does look a bit winded. Like, he's taking a second to recover.
God, oh my god. My body's gonna die. Okay. I will maybe look around.
Okay.
Is there anything for me to check insight-wise?
Sure, give me a quick investigation check then. Okay. Yeah, the things that I described were more of, hey, you know this space really well. Here's the things you always see. But also, I wanted to describe it for you, Maru, because I love describing things for you.
Stop it. I love you. I got a 10.
A 10. Let me tell you. You're level 2, boo-boo. The DCs are not hard in this. The DC was, in fact, legitimately 10 for this investigation check. You look around the space. You're kind of hung up on the statue of Kalemvor for a second. You're like, maybe there's, like, a way with the statue that, like, has a secret about it. But you quickly let go of that, and you look around your altar, and you actually find... on the front of the altar, which is why you hadn't noticed it before, there is a bit of a hidden compartment that is just hidden by the overhang of the altar cloth, and is kind of like up inside of the lip underneath where the altar is, and you kind of reach inside and you pull out a book.
A book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this book something it's not something I normally see, right? What's this book?
You kind of look through the book. It's very plain on the outside, just like brown leather bound, no title, nothing like that. But you kind of flip through it, and it is a book of hymns. And there is one hymn earmarked. And that hymn on that page has 2 lines highlighted. I will send the hymn in chat so we can all read it.
I'm so excited.
Sorry, it's one of those ones I have to break up in 2 messages again.
Don't apologize for even one fucking thing. Cass just apologized for doing a lot of work. Cass just apologized for working hard and being so amazing.
Okay.
No, she did not.
Here's the hymn. Okay, here's the hymn. It goes as follows. It's called the Hymn of the Final Toll. The dusk has come, the veil is thin, the breath departs, the rites begin. We kneel before the gods of dusk, bone to bone, and dust to husk. This next line is highlighted. The dead are called not once but thrice. That's the end of it being highlighted. I'll send that particularly in chat alone. The dead are called not once but thrice, by bell, by name, by coin of price. The flesh return to root and stone, the soul ascends or walks alone. 2 for the body, 1 for the soul, the longer last chime to mark the path, from mercy's hand to judgment's wrath. There's 2 lines that are also highlighted there that I just sent. So let the toll be firm and deep for those who wake and those who sleep. By ash, by bone, by graveyard rite, we sing them home into the night. You actually recognize certain phrases of this, not the highlighted ones, but there are certain phrases of this that you get the idea, have probably been altered over time and used as a sort of like prayer to, that you have heard recently, especially being so surrounded by death.
What were the phrases that I've heard?
The phrases that you've heard definitely come from that last section.
Last bit.
Yeah, so there's that, for ash by bone, by graveyard rite, we sing them home into the night. We sing them home into the night is something that has kind of lasted a bit over time. Hello? Ooh.
Hello.
Oh God.
I'm thinking.
Take your time. Take your time.
Anyway.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Literally think as long as you like. I just want to make sure Discord isn't hating us.
Discord, you better.
Yeah.
I
Take your time.
What were the highlighted things as well?
The highlighted things I put in Twitch chat. They are, the dead are called not once but thrice.
Oh, okay.
2 for the body, 1 for the soul. The longer last chime to mark the path. And the word chime is also particularly circled as well.
Okay. So this is some sort of like riddle to get into this underground. Now,
maybe.
Maybe. That's what Althea's maybe thinking with her little brainy brain.
Her brain is really on the right path. I'm not gonna lie.
This Expedition 33, some Expedition 33 songs goes too hard. I can't think.
Yeah, truly.
I gotta switch to the next song even though I'm enjoying it.
Yep.
Okay. 2 for the body, 1 for the soul. The longer the last time to mark the path. Is there anything else that I could do to kind of like figure out to get any more hints or clues in the room? Because my brain's never been good with riddles, so there's no fucking way.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's something about
can you just give me a
timing the
perception
bell.
check? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yes,
no.
absolutely.
Actually, without even the perception check, absolutely. Chiming the bell, you are absolutely on the right path. As Althea kind of goes over to this bell, and it's a bit stuck at first, but after a few good tugs, no strength check involved, because I don't want to have to deal with you failing it. It just takes you a bit to kind of loosen it up. As you kind of pull it and you're loosening it, there's more than just like the tug of a bell. There's something about this that when you pull it, like you feel maybe like a mechanism, more than just like a bell toll mechanism is at work here. And it may be that you have to do this a certain number of times. Something like a combination like that.
A number of times. Okay. 2 for the body, 1 for the soul. Maybe I chime it 3 times? Is that it? Just
Yeah, you do.
Last chime to mark the path 2 times, and then let the last one ring. Mark the path.
Absolutely. You want to try that?
Yeah, let's try that.
Cool. So you kind of like do the first bell and it's like dong, and like you kind of look around and like Lanish kind of like perks up because he kind of had maybe fallen a bit asleep on one of the pews as you were kind of trying to figure this out, and he was like, "You got this." Kind of like woke him up a bit. It also is the first time that you have heard this bell in a long time, and it's probably the first time you've ever heard it from below, and it is just echoing in your ears, almost making your head buzz. So you do that first 1 gong, you do the second gong, and these first 2 are kind of cut short by the, you continuing to pull. But as you pull the last one and you let it ring out, the way that the sound kind of reverberates down into the space, almost kind of like ends as if like someone's holding out like this beautiful note. And as that kind of happens, there's just like this clunk in the ground. You hear these kind of gears kind of like turn for the first time in a very long time. Oh. And you look over the altar, and in front of the altar there is this kind of stone slab that shifts away, and you see stairs that lead very, very, very steeply straight down. You have dark vision, so you kind of come around, you look down. Dark vision only goes about 60 feet. And all you see are stairs rounded with age, like dangerous to go down how rounded these stairs are, these stone stairs are. And it just drops so steeply down into just like dead darkness.
Oh my god. Okay.
You did it! You freaking solved the puzzle!
I solved the puzzle. Thank you for making it simple for me. Bless your soul.
Queen, when you're alone trying to solve a puzzle, you normally have like 4 people all putting their brain power together at once, and that's hard. I feel like that'd be hard for 4 people. You did it with just you.
Stop it. I love you so much. Oh my god.
Puzzles in D&D are the bane of my existence sometimes, because I'm like, I don't get it, homie.
Oh my god, me. Literally, I'm literally not a puzzle person. People ask me to put 1 + 1 together, and I literally will be like 5, 8. Go back to me. Come back to me.
You fucking slayed that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop it right now. I will first go, and I will go check on little baby Lanish. Lanish? Yeah, okay. Lanish.
Yeah.
And Lanish will, I don't know, how's Lanish doing? How's Lanish looking?
He's like watching this like stone staircase leading down, and just like flabbergasted. He's like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. But you kind of give him a quick medicine check if you would like to roll that for me.
Oh, I'll medicine check the hell out of this man boy. Medicine check. I got a 13.
A 13. It's hard because the last person you saw go through this over the last like long period of time was your mother, and her sickness progressed really slowly. You can tell that his sickness is progressing much faster than your mother's, but at this point a 13 kind of gets you like, he's definitely probably hurting. He's definitely probably struggling. But that's about all you can really pick up with like a 13.
Okay, I'll like maybe leave him with. Well, I don't want to leave him with my backpack, but
Yeah, you can leave him with like some of your stuff if you want.
yeah, I'm not like at all am I at all like a spellcaster? Can I like
Yeah, so at this point with your training with the priests and you're kind of like taking care of this temple and you're like slow like little connection to Kalemvor, you are a level 2 cleric. So the spells that you have on your character sheet right now are the spells that you have. I did change one of your spells out for you because I saw that you had Sanctuary, which protects another person, and I changed it. So I changed that. So if you wanted to have Sanctuary and you want to take Laneesh with you, you can. But you know that Laneesh doesn't have any really fighting abilities.
Yeah, I don't want to bring Laneesh with me.
Okay.
I'll just cast. Oh no, I can't even cast anything. Okay, I'll just head out.
Yeah, you're just a level 2 cleric. You only have 4 spells. It's okay.
I'll leave him. He should be okay unless I come back and he's dead. Whatever.
He sees you kind of like you're like, okay, I'm gonna like go, and he like comes up to you. He's taller than you because you're just 11 apples tall, baby. And he's, you know, he's skinny. He's sick, and he's just, like a little brunette, like human man. But he like stands over you, looks down at you, puts his hands on your shoulders. He doesn't like always touch you. He knows that you like don't necessarily love to be touched. And like you're just like, not that you don't like it, but like, he knows that it's meant for like,
he's a king.
The moments where it's meant for. Exactly. Mm-hmm. But in this moment, he takes your shoulders and he looks at you like dead in the eyes. And he's like, are you sure it's safe down there for you?
God, the king. What a king. I'll be like, I got this. I'll pat him on the back. I'll be like, I'll be right back. I got this.
And he kind of like, you can like, he holds you tightly for a second. And he has a moment of, you can just see it in his face, of like fighting his own instinct to not let you go. And he like slowly lets go of his grip. And he like says, I trust you. I'll be here waiting, okay?
Okay. I'm not Meru. Althea. Althea's all chill. She just gives him a smile. Mm-hmm. Turns around. Looks back one more time. Of course.
He gives you a little thumbs up.
God, I'm not gonna literally scream. Okay, let's go. Althea heads down.
Beautiful. As you head down this disgustingly steep staircase, you kind of lose your footing a little bit. Give me a quick dex saving throw as you kind of go down these stairs.
My dex saving throw.
Yeah, boo-boo.
Is dun, 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 a 5.
Beautiful. Okay, so like you are taking your time. You are Althea. You are elegant. You are like beautiful. You are mindful. You are going down these stairs and you are doing well until you're not. And you lose your footing and you tumble down the entire staircase.
Oh my god.
You take... how do I roll dice? I forgot. There we go.
I'm gonna lose it.
Wait, I have a dice in front of me. It's fine. You take, as you tumble down, 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay.
You're level 2. I can't hurt you that bad.
Yeah, literally with my 12 health right now. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was that low.
Yeah, it's really low.
Ash is trying to kill me, guys.
I'm not! I've never tried to kill you, not once!
I am actively trying to kill my own character, I'll be honest.
Oh my god, I literally adore you.
She needs to see the other side. Tell me what it's like.
Oh, jeez Louise. I got so... Is that right? That you have? Yeah, fixed HP. Okay.
Monaki's at the bottom of the stairs just waiting.
Where's to take the hit at the bottom of the stairs? That's killer. Yeah, it is definitely like a clang, 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 clang as you kind of like fall down the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, however, still in just pure pitch black darkness, you still see with your dark vision a huge set of double doors. On the floor, you see a wooden plank that you realize was at one point barring the door shut. And it is kind of like extremely decorated. It's made of wood, but it has like all of these metal accoutrement on it. Like it is probably the heaviest door, like, bar that you have ever seen. It's beautiful with skulls decorated into it.
Aww.
Give me a quick religion check. Naka loves the fancy stick. 21.
Fancy stick.
Easy enough.
Oh, damn.
The kind of like metal carvings and like the symbology on this bar, 100% Merkel. Absolutely, without a doubt, this is iconography of Merkel. And you do kind of get the idea as you look at the door, it's kind of the same thing. But the door is unbarred. And you kind of like listen in and you do kind of hear just like a faint, like chanting maybe almost on the other side.
Oh. A chanting.
Yeah. Do you go
Wait,
in?
was it?
Oh,
I go in.
Do you have any questions before you do?
No questions. Nothing.
Beautiful. As you walk in, kind of push open one of the heavy doors, takes you a minute. Give me a quick perception check as you head in. I love that I can guarantee you're gonna learn all of the information that I have written down because of how good you are at fucking checks.
Sometimes I'm like, should I roll something else? Is D&D Beyond like catered to my fucking image? Like, what's going on? If I rolled like 12 16s today?
You've rolled a lot of 16s because you're gorgeous. What? I mean...
Stop it! Shut the fuck up!
Anyway, so... past the heavy door lies a forgotten sanctum. A hidden crypt to Merkel, carved deep into the stone foundation long before the plague ever touched the village. By your best guess, this sanctum is probably as old as the temple itself. The air here is stale and still, thick with the coppery tang of long-dried blood and the scent of rotting incense. Crumbling stone coffins line the chamber's walls, each carved with solemn effigies of figures you don't recognize, other than the clear markings, again, of Merkel. Cracked and dust-choked stained glass windows line the upper walls, their grim panels depicting skeletal reapers guiding souls into black voids, a crown of bones above all, with Merkel's hollow-eyed visage looming eternal in each scene. It's very strange seeing these stained glass windows because they're set up and you know that behind them is just ground. You're underground and there are these kind of beautiful stained glass windows still just kind of underground. It's very eerie to you. The dust here is also very thick, except for an old and dried, though not quite as old as the rest of the chamber, trail of darkened footprints and blood droplets leading from the heavy iron door you just came through to the heart of the sanctum. On the far half of the chamber, there's a bit of like a newer story than the rest of what you're seeing here. There's shattered floor tiles, torn pages, and smeared crimson markings surrounded by great ritual circles. They glow faintly with an eerie pulsing sickness. At its center sits a small iron-bound box. The plagued box breathes disease into the very air. The circle around it hums with dread energy, marked with sigils of entropy and undeath. Around the circle, scattered corpses litter the ground, and dim flickering torches fight to hold back the unnatural gloom. In the far corner, kind of hunched over an altar to Merkel, soaked in just like this dried blood, kneels a creaking undead figure, once perhaps a priest to Merkel, now a shriveled husk sustained by what you assume must be this box's magic. Its flesh is gray and papery, its eyes long rotted out and replaced by dark holes that seem to see anyway. It chants in a rasping voice. Behind it are statues of skeletal angels and crumbling figures of death incarnate that line the far wall, watching with hollow indifference as the ritual continues kind of in this space. This place is not just a tomb, it is a wound in the world that is pulsing with decay. But as you kind of step into the space and make yourself known, the chanting comes to a quick halt. The undead figure kind of perks up, its skin creaking and its bones crackling. It begins to walk towards you, its jaws unhinged, its eyes gaping wider. A high-pitched doubled with a low moaned scream echoes from the creature's mouth as it kind of lunges towards you, almost screaming in protest at your presence. Are you doing anything as it's kind of running towards you? Are you running at it? Are you running away? What are we doing?
Definitely backing up. I'm running away. I'm definitely running away.
Cool. Give me a quick initiative roll then. We will roll initiative.
Okay. No initiative. Is initiative my... Oh, it's... Oh my god, no. It's
yeah, it's just that big one at the top.
I rolled 19.
Let's go. I rolled not that good, so you go first. You have movement. You kind of like back up to the door behind you, and it is fully closed.
Oh my god, okay.
You kind of like push against it, and like there's no way you can open that. You're not sure what happened. You're not sure how it's closed. You're not sure how it's barred. But with the small push of strength you give against it, you don't know if you're strong enough to open what is closing this door.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn around.
Okay.
Face this undead coming at me head on.
Mm-hmm.
And cast... Can I cast Toll of the Dead?
You can cast Toll the Dead. Let me see. You have Toll the Dead. That would be a wisdom saving throw from me. I'll also mention that don't forget that still at level 2, you still have your channel divinity, which is turn undead. But absolutely, you can forget. Yeah, I know it's hard to forget or hard to remember that one as a cleric. I always forget I have turn undead. So I did just want to mention it in case you want to choose to do that instead. But either way, I love the idea.
Now, Turn Undead it's not one of my spells.
Turn Undead is not a spell because it is a ability. If you go to your actions, your actions tab, if you scroll down a little bit past, is going to be the actions and combat section, and then there's going to be Channel Divinity, Turn Undead. And you can do your Turn Undead once per short rest.
Turn Undead. Oh, I see it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I see.
You also have that other, you can either do Turn Undead, or you have the other one where you have that Touch of Death ability, where when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can do extra necrotic damage.
I'll do Turn Undead for now, because he's still far away.
Perfect. Turn Undead, that's going to be a Wisdom saving throw DC 14 for me. Let me pull the... Wisdom saving throw, +3. That is a 12 plus is 15, so he does pass, unfortunately.
B.
Yep. So that don't make for sure you mark that off. So that's your action, but you still have all of your movement and your bonus action. And you haven't cast a spell yet, and you do have the spell Shield of Faith. which ups your armor class.
Okay. You're the best. Okay, so
I rolled
one
just
action.
high enough, which is so frustrating.
Oh my god, I literally did just high enough. I only have one action, right? So that was the end of my turn.
Well, you have one action and a bonus action and movement.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Shield of the Faith then, because that's my
Beautiful.
bonus action.
Great. So you are concentrating. Let me put a little ring around you. Beautiful. We're concentrating. And then you have your movement. You have 30 feet of movement.
I'm gonna try to get kind of far away from this guy.
Okay.
For some reason, my map isn't working.
You might need to
Literally says-
refresh.
Let me try. Yep. It says, please wait for your DM to start the game session. Maybe I'm on the wrong... Oh, no. Oh, no. It let me go on this one. Oh, my God. Perfect. Yay. Okay. I'm going to move myself, like...
You have 30 feet. You have a 30 feet of movement. And each
How much
square
is
is...
30 feet?
Each square is 5 feet. So, like, 30 feet. Can you see this, what I'm doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's like... You could go, like, over here if you wanted.
I'm at the same distance, bro. I hate where I am right now. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, I'll go, like, over here. If I get this far.
20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can get all the way over there. You can get right there.
Perfect. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm drinking so much water.
Beautiful. As you should. Hydration is important. Okay.
You're so cute.
Beautiful. Okay, so he has 20 feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He is going to be able to get right in range of you. He is going to do he's going to reach out and touch you with like his creaking, like disgusting little undead fingers.
Oh, that's so hot of him.
And I rolled a natural 1 plus 3 is 4. So you're just easily, like, you pull the shield off of your back just in time for him to just touch your shield instead of touching your skin. Daddy, Daddy saved you. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry.
Daddy saved me. Thank you, Daddy.
But that is the end of his turn. He did his movement and everything he can do there. So we're already back to you.
Okay. Back to me. It's crazy that we're just like immediately back to me. This is a weird feeling for me. Okay.
Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange?
It's very strange. I don't have to like wait for my turn again. I don't even like. It's like even in Baldur's Gate 3. You have to wait for your turn to come back to the character.
Exactly. It's so I play in a campaign where I'm a player, and then I have a DM and then one other player. So there's only 3 of us.
Oh my god.
It's so much faster paced. It's so fun.
Oh, I can't even imagine. That must be fun. I'm gonna do Ray of Sickness.
Beautiful. I love that.
I will.
Let me see. That is you rolled a hit. So next to that spell, there's that +6. You can go ahead and roll that.
Oh, 15.
15 definitely hits. So you can go ahead and roll the damage that's next to it too.
Let's go. Oh my god.
7 points. Let's go.
Oh, that was 2d8s though. 7? Oh, that's fine.
That's okay. That's okay. He definitely takes the hit. Let me write. I forgot that I have to write down his hit points. I have to track hit points. Oh, I forgot. I'm back. I'm good.
I can move too, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Don't worry.
So action. That's your action. If you move out of his melee, he does get an attack of opportunity against you. But you know that your armor class is better because of that Shield of Faith. So you can take the risk. It's completely up to you.
Okay, I'll take the risk. I'll move 30 points away.
Okay, beautiful. Are you moving towards kind of like where the box is?
Yeah, I'm gonna move like to here.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You just gotta move you right there. That's how far you can get.
Okay, perfect.
Beautiful. Great. So it is his turn now. You hit him and he's very upset. So he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. He only has 20 feet of movement, but he does have a an ability. He's going to open his mouth, and from that kind of like creaking, hollow mouth, he's going to exhale this kind of like festering, plagued air, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely not. What the fuck? It's okay. God save throw. Oh my god, why am I choking? Hold on. Okay, Constitution saving throw is
That's Lanisha upstairs right now, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry guys, that's actually Lanisha. It's not me coughing, it's Lanisha.
Okay.
19, wow.
19, absolutely. So he kind of like breathes this air, and you know, I can't breathe that in. That's disgusting. And you kind of just like are able to just like hold your breath, and like it doesn't affect you. So that's everything he can do. It is again your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna guiding bolt this fool.
Guiding bolt, I love that. Beautiful. Give me a spell attack roll, which is the same thing, just next to guiding bolt, that plus 6 or whatever it is.
14.
14. That hits easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Give me damage.
18. Oh my god.
18 points in one guiding bolt?
That is so hot. Oh my god, literally. It is the hottest thing I think I've ever rolled. I rolled a 6, a 4, a 5, and a 3, all on 6s.
Holy hell. So
that's so sexy.
There's an ability that he has where if he takes damage, he has to make if he takes damage that would reduce him to 0, right? He makes a con saving throw, and if he makes that, he drops to 1 instead. It's irrelevant because you use guiding bolt, which is radiant damage, so it kills him anyway. But it would have mega killed him because he had no way of passing the save because of how much damage you did.
Oh, damn.
Even if he could.
Too good.
God, you're incredible.
Literally.
Amazing. You're just like, you use your father's shield to block the only hit that was coming your way. You pop off a ray of sickness just to be able to get away. You run. He misses his claws. He misses his attack against you as you run away, right? He comes at you with this breath. You are able to not take any of it, and you just guiding bolt, radiant energy just hits him right in the chest and just disintegrates what is left of this undead creature. He falls. This all happens, by the way, because combat is so fast, in 12 seconds. He runs at you, and you like have that scuffle so fast. That's how fast D&D combat is, by the way.
God damn.
And he is fully dead. Just doesn't. But I did, in fact, forget to roll to hit the opportunity attack. I did roll it. I missed by so much. Just so you're aware. Just in case anyone was like, wait, she didn't do the attack of opportunity. I did. It missed so bad.
Oh my god.
That's better.
You are, and he's also vulnerable to radiant damage, so he technically took 36 points of radiant damage from that guiding bolt, if it makes you feel any better.
Whoa, I am literally off my fucking rocks, whatever the hell that means. I am a god.
Truly.
I am a living legend.
Living legend. And Althea is left in this space with this kind of, you get the sense now that this creature isn't performing whatever ritual, or wasn't maintaining whatever ritual they were kind of keeping up. The ritual circles kind of fade. Their magic kind of goes away. They kind of lose their light. The candles that he was using in this ritual kind of all go out all at once, and you just see the box, that plagued box, floating in the air.
Floating?
Yeah, just floating in the air above this ritual circle.
I'll go over to it.
Mm-hmm. And
hesitantly.
Yeah, of course. Actually, give me, before we go over to the box, just I do want to have a quick just perception check from you, just about the space, about the ritual, about what this creature was actually doing.
Oh, bless you. Oh my god, thank you. It's crazy because Althea's intelligence is pretty high, but Maro's is actually pretty low, so it's hard for me to counter that in game.
Beautiful.
I go a 23.
23.
I don't even need to re-roll for that advantage.
No.
I'm literally a god.
You literally. So
my rolls are absolutely nuts today. Oh my god.
They are. I also am the inspo you used to not have disadvantage on that ray of sickness that you did. So we even used your inspiration without even knowing it earlier. So crazy. Anyway, so you look around the space. This creature, you kind of like investigate the blood trail, investigate the space. You get the idea that potentially this space, because as you were coming down the stairs, you were pretty sure no one had come down here within your lifetime. There weren't like footprints. You disturbed a lot of space, literally falling down the stairs, right? And you're kind of starting to pick up as you investigate the space that this creature has been brewing this for over a century. All powered by this box. And as you kind of approach the box, you can see it clearly for the first time. This box is small, no larger than a loaf of bread, crafted from ancient, dark-stained wood, veined with a silvery rot. Its corners are bound in tarnished iron, etched not with runes or symbols, but with deep, pitted scars, as if something within had tried to claw its way out. From the tiny gap between the lid on the box and like between the lid and the box. So like, you know, just the tiny gap that you know it must open, though you see it closed very tightly. From between that tiny gap, a slow mist just barely leaks out, gray and thin and cold, kind of curling like smoke and disappearing before it hits the ground.
Okay. I don't know if I wanna. Well, what would Althea do here? God damn.
Well, Meru recognizes the box.
Recognize the box? Maybe Althea wouldn't recognize the box.
Althea has no fucking idea what the hell this box is.
Althea would maybe be drawn to it.
Althea, as a cleric of death, is disgustingly drawn to this box.
Oh no!
It is like its design, its essence is everything you've ever wanted to be.
Oh my god, okay.
As a death cleric.
Iconic. Okay. Okay, Althea will move around the box, looking at it at every angle.
Mm-hmm.
Before she tries to touch it, maybe she'll like say something like to it, like hello. See if the box responds.
Hello.
Oh my god, Cass, you gotta warn me.
No.
No, she said no. Hey yo, okay.
You just hear deep crackling, a voice I can't do. It's giving Saravok from BG.
Can't do it.
It's giving Saravok from BG3. You just hear a hello.
Oh boy.
As you say hello.
Meru is Mary's taken abackies.
Yee.
Backies. Mary's taken abackies. Eee. Althea is taken aback. Who are you? She says.
He says, in the same voice, that I won't do for my own vocal health. Your god weighs souls, but I offer them true freedom, little flame. Come closer and see what waits when all lights fail. All you must do is open this box in the dark, and I will come devour the light, just like I did with Saker Keep.
Oh my god, okay, Althea will like go over and grab the box and be like, what did you do? What did you do to save, what did you do to, what was the name of my town again? I literally
Saker Keep. Saker Keep, you're okay. Saker Keep.
Say, why am I failing at this word? Whatever keep. Safer?
Saker with a K.
Saker. Thank you. Oh
you
my
got
God.
it. You got it.
Saker. Thank you. I'm writing this down at the top of my paper. What did you say?
You just hear, like, kind of echoing in your head almost, the same thing that he just said, as if maybe he's speaking in your head, but you don't quite know. Maybe you're just hearing it again. Like, you're remembering it. But I'll send what he sent in chat so you can see it again. Your god weighs souls, but I offer them true freedom, little flame. Come closer and see what waits when all lights fail. All you must do is open this box in the dark, and I will come devour the light, just like I did with this village. Or Saker Keep, if you wanted him to, I was just being so cool when I said Saker Keep instead, but that's what I had written in my notes, was this village. Oh
my god.
And you don't hear anything else. You're just kind of yelling at this box in the hidden basement of this temple.
Okay. I would. Oh god. Althea would take. Oh god.
I have no idea what you're gonna do. I don't have anything written. That was the end of well, actually, not really, but that's almost the end of everything I have written, so I have no idea what you're gonna do here.
Well, okay, that actually is very interesting, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, if there's a way that I should proceed here, like if the box needs to be opened no matter what, then I'll open the box no matter what. However, if the box doesn't...
You feel, I will say this presence. You have been a cleric to Kalemvor for 2 levels, it's been years since you've really started picking up like this practice. Since your your dad and your brother died, and you've started picking up like taking care of people and all of that, and you started to get to know Kalemvor, and that's kind of where your faith is kind of drawing, of not being so scared with death, and you found like comfort in that, and your faith does come from him, or so you believe. Not all clerics like have a I talk to my god every day connection. That's not the kind of faith that you have. But this presence, this you can sense as a cleric, god-like presence, is not Kalemvor.
Okay.
But you do know, holding this box, if you touch it and you do pick it up, even if just you don't pick it up and it's still just floating there, this is extremely powerful. This piece of magic was enough to destroy your entire village, and you get the sense that it could do so much more evil.
Okay, I'm not gonna open it. No
Okay.
way.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna because it was slightly ajar.
Nope, it's not slightly, it's fully shut tight. You just can see
Okay.
from the seam, like, you know when you see a box that's really shut, you can still see
Yeah.
the seam. That's where, like, just where the seam is where that kind of mist just ever so slightly kind of ekes out.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to keep it shut and put it in my bag.
Beautiful. And I will add back the plagued box to young Althea's inventory.
Yes.
Do you head back up?
Yeah. I'll head back up to Lanish.
You head back up.
Lanishi.
You are very careful up these stairs. You
Oh yeah, after last time.
You found your way down in a way that you are not finding your way back up that same way you found your way back down. You get back up, and you see Lanish kind of asleep, laying like bed style, like laying asleep on one of the pews.
Wait. Say it again. Say the last part again.
He's asleep on one of the pews, like laying like, you know, like fully splayed out on one of the pews.
Okay. I'll just like sit next to him for a second and try to take in the day.
Yeah. You sit next to him. You kind of like sit for a second and you're like, okay, I'll wake him up in a second. And you like take in the day. Not only like did you bury your mother this morning, but like you found the source of the plague in your village.
Oof. What a day.
What a day.
What a literal day. Althea will probably take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a second. Maybe just like close her eyes.
Yeah.
Sit back.
Beautiful.
I don't know. I don't even know where she would go. What she would do. What's her destination?
Give me a quick perception check as you have your eyes closed and your head kind of like tilted back a bit as you're trying to relax here on this bench.
What check?
A perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Okay, I have advantage, so I'm rolling twice. Okay, just kidding. I'm only rolling once.
16. It is dead silent. Aside from your breathing.
But Lanish alive.
You kind of look over. And like you realize that like he's not asleep.
Oh, yes.
And it's a very familiar scene because this is the scene that you saw in that mirror in the circus, in the maze. Was Lanish here at rest on this pew? This is how you remember finding him. That's how you remember his passing was. You were just, and it's so hard to not feel like you were just too late. And in your head, in the back of your head, you hear that same deep voice just chuckle.
My God.
And that's where we'll end it. And that's where we'll end it.
Oh my God. I don't think I'm okay.
It's okay to not be okay.
Oh my God.
I love you.
Round of applause
For you
Cass.
and for you.
No.
You were so beautiful and amazing.
Shut the fuck up. Literally, you did the most amazing job doing this. Oh my God, setting this up, writing this. Truly, holy fuck. I can't. That was, oh my God.
I do it 100 times over for you. I am so sorry for emotionally scarring you. Like Not Rick posted that quote from Liam O'Brien earlier. Like heroes aren't born like out of like whatever. Heroes are born from tragedy or whatever it was.
God, yeah, you're right. Heroes are born from tragedy.
Just kill her. Just kill her.
Just fucking kill her, man. I fucking can't.
That's it. That's it. Happy people don't become adventurers. There you go. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Lonnie. I needed someone to post it. I knew someone would. Thank you so much.
So good. I love you, Liam.
I am literally sweating so much when we got to the end and I was like, we're going up the stairs and she's totally gonna see it. She's gonna find him. And I was like, just like pouring sweat out of my armpits.
Stop. When you said the room was dead silent, it literally took me a whole fucking minute. I was like, the room is dead silent. Wait. Oh yeah, there's no one in town. Wait. Oh, my fucking brain went through the 5 fucking like stages of yeah, no, everything's fine. Yeah, no, everything's not fine actually.
A plague box that you're immune to. Isn't that just killer? God.
So good.
I love your character to death. I love Althea.
I have such interesting concepts for Althea, like character-wise. Like, I don't know if I want her to go down this like path of like, oh, she was like could have been the evil chosen one, like the Anakin Skywalker, and that's why the box like chose her.
Yeah, like,
I'm not sure I want to go down like, you know, like I'm fighting that. Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
So good. Oh, yeah. And you know, and I think it's just like another like reminder that like, and like you have this beautiful backstory, like so does Boston, and like so does Menaki, and just like we have just like such like rich stories to like continue to discover like in future like Keepers of the Between, and like these to do like more like even backstory, like what does Althea do next, like what does Althea do in the next 3 levels.
Yeah.
So but,
oh my God, I literally can't wait to go through that backstory too.
Yeah, and it's totally open-ended too. Like we don't have anything really, or like anything super like nailed down, other than when you meet up with the Keepers of the Between in Baldur's Gate.
Oh my God, you get me excited. Literally, stop it right now.
I'll never stop. I'll always get you thinking.
Bless you. I love you too much.
I adore you. Thank you for doing this with me. I just had so much fun.
Oh my God, literally this was the best thing in the entire world. Kaz, truly thank you so much for making this, setting this up. I cannot tell you enough how much I loved doing this. This was amazing.
Thank you for being here. And if you guys aren't already following Meru Desu, what are you doing? Go follow Meru. Just
stop it right now.
My wife, one of my bestest friends. I You know what's like crazy is like a year ago I just like randomly started being like, what if I watched Twitch? And then I just like,
It's only been that long.
yeah.
Only a year for you.
Yeah. My affiliate anniversary is on July 12th.
Wowee.
I'm just a baby.
That's just a baby. I can't even like think about the time that I first started streaming because it's so long ago now. Like it's not even like it's like a blip on my horizon.
But that's like so much experience that like you have, and like it's you can tell.
Oh, stop it right now.
Sorry, it's
Stop
true.
it right now. It's true.
That there are people who have been streaming for as long as you who I can't tell have been streaming for that long. So it really shows, and I'm just so proud of you.
I could never tell that you'd only been streaming for a year. Truly, look at this overlay. Look at this setup. Look at this. Look at this professionalism. Look at this beauty, this grace. All that is Cass. Stop it right now. Literally the most fucking gorgeous. All literally.
I love you. And we get to play this again, by the way. Everyone who's here, we get to play this again. Not like on my channel, but we get to play the Keepers of the Between on Saturday.
Who's excited? I am.
Who's excited? I am. Also, we will just like a tiny taste, a tiny teaser in Saturday's session. Althea died during a session and was brought back to life. In Saturday's session, we're going to be having just a tiny little flashback as to what happened while she was dead.
I can't wait to go into this. I actually like I need to go back and read. Cass made me such a good like little sheet with what my rundown was with like my conversation in death. It was so good. Oh my god, I remember reading that, I got chills.
Well, and like we get to play it out too now. So like originally when I wrote what happened, I didn't think anybody was gonna see it. I thought it was just gonna be like something me and you shared. And then Ilona was like, why don't you like flashback to it somehow? And I was like, what the hell? That's genius. And so I'm really excited, and I think like you having more agency in that conversation too, like means you can like ask questions or like really like, you know, just so much more than just me kind of like writing something for you. Then you get to interact, just like exactly what this is, you know, like instead of just writing something, like we get to kind of like come up with things together.
Oh, I love doing it together. I love hearing what you write, honestly, but like I love going through the process with you. It's just like, this is beautiful. It's so well done. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough how much I like D&D. And this is my first experience doing it, so like I can't even tell you how happy I am that I started my D&D journey with you guys.
You're such a natural at it. I think no matter how you do it in any capacity that you do it in the future, I think you'll love it. But I feel lucky that it got to be with us, because we do get to focus a lot more on like the RP and like the relationships between everybody, more than I think we do in some other campaigns that I am a part of. So
I feel like I'm really excited. I will like, hopefully all my campaigns in the future will be with Cass.
Yeah, I'll just do more, and you and then other people.
Literally, yeah, anytime you do a campaign, I'll be there. I'll literally be like, hey, I'll just pop up out of nowhere. Hey, can I be part of this one?
Hey,
hey, I got a cool character.
And I'll be like, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh man, well I gotta figure out who we were rating, I guess.
It's so late.
I didn't think about
like
that.
Never streaming this late.
Oh, Guff is streaming. And Guff is streaming Claire Obscure.
Oh my god, let's fucking go.
Cool. And alerts are off, so it'll be like a chill raid, you know?
Oh, iconic.
Like, you know, we just like sneak in and be like, we love you, keep playing.
We love you.
7 days of D&D, every week, every single day. If I didn't have a job, you know I'd be there.
my god, literally.
Don't copy that. I'm gonna make a custom raid message because it's way cuter. Cuter.
Oh, that's so funny, Lona. Oh my god, that's so fascinating. I love you. Hold on, I got an idea. Hold on. I love the one-on-ones, Lona. Thank you so much for fucking playing around with the idea. Thank you for being the brains that you are.
Period.
Truly.
Okay.
Bye, Jigga. Bye, Jigga.
Bye. Let me get a follower version of it too.
Iconic. Oh, this Claire Expedition music is so pretty.
You're
delightful, Fries. Stop it. What were you gonna say? I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, I truly think I'm just obsessed with Claire Obscure music as background D&D music.
I kind of thought that, like, Baldur's Gate 3 was the best background D&D music, but I literally take it back, man.
Truly.
This is the best D&D music.
Thank you for being so wonderful, Fries. Oh, Fries called me inspirational and I blushed. I blushed, but, like, I also gasped like I was offended for some reason. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, we're gonna go raid Guff. Everyone who stayed for the raid, I love you and I appreciate the shit out of you. If you are here and you love this cute-ass fucking VTuber right here, go follow Maridesu and Maribel, because they both are just the best time, truly. Yes, thank you for the Lil Shouty, and let's shout out just the other hottie, too. Oh yeah, you did it. Wow, Alani's on it. Fucking icon. I love you all so much. I will be back on Lonnie's channel on Saturday, and so will Meru actually on Saturday, to be playing D&D, but you can catch Meru on Maridesu or Maribel playing different games, and it's just the best time in both places. I gotta admit it.
Stop it right now. And if you're not following Cass, make sure you're following this channel right here. Don't press the button twice. Make sure that it's that cute little color that we all know and love. Make sure that the bell is on too. You're getting all the notifications. And have the best day.
Oh my god, you're so cute. I love you. And I love everyone who stuck around and watched and had a good time. And you all better know I love you more than anything. Okay, I love you guys. Bye!
Bye!